Hi guys, and welcome to Gospel Movements number 2. So in this video we'll go over another gospel movement, something you can add to your vocabulary. Now, one of the ways you can utilize this movement is by divorcing them from the actual chord symbols and looking at them as scale degrees. This way you're able to apply what I'm showing you in this lesson to any scale or most scales. So what I suggest you do is, if you memorize this movement, is to take it around the circle of fifths, and maybe you won't do it in every key, but do it in 2 or 3 more keys than I show you, and also do it in 2 or 3 keys that you're less familiar with. Okay, and then just do the same with the other gospel movements, and that will begin to open up a whole new world of possibilities for you as a musician. So without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. So the chords used in this movement are 4, 1, and again, if I refer to them as just their scale degrees, I'm able to recognize commonalities between different songs because of the movements between them. If you think of them as just scale degrees, so 4, 1, then I could recognize the same movement in a different song which is played in a different key as a 4 to the 1. Okay, so the movement here is 4, 1, 5, 1. The exact chords are F, and I played F with this voicing. It's an F, nothing fancy about this F. It's an F major 7 because of the E. Now the major 7 is only a semitone down from the root, and this is my 1 chord or my root chord, except it's played in the first inversion, in the second inversion, my bad. So that's the first inversion, and then that's the second inversion. So it's played with the E in the bass, and there is also the added 2 chord here. Now I can't really call this a 9 because the 7 isn't present, so technically I'm just adding the 2. This then goes back to the 4 chord. So I'm repeating, right? I'm repeating. And then I do a transition here. First of all, the first movement is 4, 5 to the G. But before I go to the G, I use a passing chord. Now the passing chord I've chosen here is the 2 chord. The 2 chord is this chord, which is D in the scale of C, but it's a 2+. Normally the 2 chord is a minor chord, but if I want to use it as a passing chord, and the reason I use a 2+ is because it has this F sharp here, which is foreign to the key that I'm in. I'm in the key of C, right? But it works very well to lead me to the chord G, because this foreign note here is just a semitone above G, and as you know, passing chords are commonly created from either going above a semitone or below a semitone into the chord. So this one is, and I also use the second inversion because, again, I want to emphasize that I'm going to the G chord. So first inversion would be that, but second inversion I feel is more just about G. It's just about G, not quite, and then it's G. Then I have a C. Let me rewind that. So before the C, we have a. I use this to lead me to the C chord. So what's going on here is, once I get to the 5, my passing chord is going to be a 5 over a 4, and then to a C. Okay, so G. But because I don't want to play it straight, what I can do is I can make this a 7. So with my 5, by playing this as a G added 9, or just think of it as an F7 in my left hand over the G in my right hand, it serves the same function as when I had the F chord as the bass over the 5 chord, which is the G, and this is essentially a G7 chord. But like I said, if you think of them as slash chord, they're much easier to shelf in your brain. So as a slash chord, I'm playing a G, and then I'm playing the F7. Okay, so let's rewind. So we have a passing chord, G. That's another passing chord. Again, so it's just, now the passing chord here is, in its most simplest way of thinking about it as a slash chord is, I've got an F sharp 7 here, but the reason it works again is because it's just a semitone above my target, which is this chord here, right? It's just a semitone above my target chord, which is the 5 over the 4. So essentially I could have played, okay, but instead of just playing the F sharp chord, we're going to play an A flat, another slash chord. So I'm having an F sharp 7 and I'm having an A flat. So technically what I'm doing is I'm going from this and I'm going down a semitone. These are just a semitone apart, right? So like I said, you'll find me repeating this over and over again. Using passing chords, we normally go from semitones. Either we're going from above or going from below into our target chord. Then I go into a C. And again, a common progression here is the 5 minor, 5, 1 to the 4, 5, 1 to the 4. So 5 is minor, 1 is 7, there's a dominant 7, and then a 4. You see it in the song like As a Deer. There you go, the 5 minor, 1, 7 to the 4. So this time, G minor, 1, 7 to the 4. And then we have here, which is, I mean, initially it looks like a G diminished, right? Looks like a G diminished, except if you think of it as an A minor 7, sorry, an A major 7 chord with a flat 9. So the 9 in A would be same as the 2, right? 1, 2, which is also the 9 because the 7 is present this time. It's not just a 2, it's a 9. So if I make that minor, and then this could be thought of as the melodic line or sharp 5. But then again, you're just gonna keep making these names complicated, and I prefer to think of them as slash chords. So if I think of this one as a slash chord, I'm just playing a G diminished over an A. And the reason it works as a semitone is, again, I'll repeat, because I'm going from a semitone above this foreign note here. The C sharp is just a semitone above my D, which is my target. Okay. Before I end this video, I just want to thank everyone who's subscribed. We're approaching 500, and that's really mind-blowing to me. It may not be much in the grand scheme of YouTube, but for me it's much more than I could have ever asked for. So for everyone that's subscribed, for everyone that's ever left a comment or liked the video, I want to thank you, give you a special shout out now and thank you, and please continue to do so and help me to carry on pushing out content. If people find it useful, I'll carry on. So thank you very much and take care. Have a nice day.